I had less than 500 subscribers in January 2024. It took me 15 years. I did some like this or that tags, was really cool at the time. It's been a long time. Yeah, it's been a really long time, and it's so crazy. January 2024 marked my first full year on YouTube, and like 2023 was a year where nearly every week I uploaded a video, and I had less than 1,000 subscribers in January 2024. I had less than 500 subscribers in January 2024. And I really thought about quitting. I really did. Because it was a lot, you know, it was a lot, and my fears and all the reasons why I waited so long, they came up again, and I thought of quitting so many times, so many times, and it took me 15 years to get to this point where I am now. 15 years, and you know, at the end of the day, I do it because I love it. I do this because it is something that I wanted to do for such a long time, and I do think it is a passion, and it's something I'm good at, and you know, something I really truly love. But I kind of like disappointed myself, and also again was standing in my own way. And it's so hard because at one point I'm someone who says, you know, I'm not doing it for the subscribers, I'm not doing it for the followers, I'm not doing it for anything other than doing it for me and sharing what I love and hoping to inspire other people. And you know, if there's just one person commenting on a video or a post on Instagram or whatever, and they say, oh, thank you so much, that really helped me, this truly makes my day. And that is why I'm doing it, because I feel like one of the greatest things that we have is community, and you know, sharing, no matter if it's our knowledge or wisdom or even just things that make us happy, or you know, to share with people that we're all just living a normal life. You know, it's like, and you know, normal can be defined in so many different ways, but we're just sharing that, and that's why I love doing this. But I was like, it's been such a long journey. But let's start at the beginning. If you've never watched a video of mine before, hi, I'm Vanessa, and I'm really happy that you're watching this video right now. I am someone who does a million things at the same time, and I usually love doing what I do. But I'm doing so many things. So I thought I'm going to share my YouTube story after this 1 year of YouTube. Not like going back in a year, but that my personal YouTube story is actually something that has been in the works for 15 years. And I'm turning 30 this year, so I think it's a good time to do that. And to also share with you why I didn't stop, why I didn't quit with less than 500 subscribers in January of this year. Okay, let's start 15 years ago in 2008. I was 15 years old, so I was such a baby back then. And this was the time when that whole blog and YouTube era kind of started. We're all just trying to figure out the internet. It seems weird today, but you know, that's just how it was. We're all just trying to figure it out. And I I don't know, but I was always very like an introverted person. I loved spending time on my own. I was very, very insecure. There was a lot of things going on in my private life, and I was just very, very insecure. And you know, even with friends, I love to stay inside. I love to be in my room. I, you know, loved to be in that other world called the internet, just because that was my safe place. That was my happy place. You know, that was a form of escaping probably. But because of that, because I was so introverted and did spend a lot of my time on my own, I did explore YouTube in 2008. Also a lot of blogs. I read a lot of blogs, you know, that were mainly German. Fashion blogs and people just sharing what they did, their outfits or whatever. And I also started watching YouTube. Back then, YouTube was a crazy place, you know. It was also in kind of like, you know, the early stages of vloggers. I watched, you know, people like Tyler Oakley or Blair Fowler, who was then like, I think her name was, or her handle was Juicy Star 07, something like that. Like, she was one of the first beauty gurus out there sharing her makeup tutorials and her MAC hauls. I loved it. It was something, you know, me growing up in Germany, it was always, you know, I loved the US so much. We've traveled there multiple times. I loved watching it, and also for me it was really great to improve my English. So yeah, that was the time, and I watched all of them and I admired what they've been doing. You know, I admired how extroverted they were, and you know, it looked like that. Obviously I don't know these people. You know, I watched Zoella, and you know, that kind of like crowd that, you know, formed, probably mixing everything together from like timelines, but for me that was kind of like that whole thing. And I always thought I really want to do that too. From early childhood, I always loved, you know, to be in front of cameras. My granddad always filmed us when we were small on travels, and has like this cute movies now from our vacations. We're all there, and I always have been that kind of like extroverted person in front of cameras. I don't know why, but obviously when I got older, you know, that introverted side came in, and I always watched them and be like, what if I just go back to something that like really makes me happy, and you know, something I really love. But then it was like, I don't have the equipment, I'm not good at that, and all those like self doubts came in, and I was too shy, and I was, at that time I actually couldn't figure out how old these people were, so I actually didn't see that they were actually similar to my age. So yeah, I was just standing in my own way. And then, you know, I started with a little blog where obviously I didn't like show my face or anything, and I wasn't blogging that often because obviously I didn't tell anyone, so I needed to be very, you know, aware of my surroundings so that no one even saw me taking pictures of my outfits and all that kind of jazz. So, you know, it was just something that I did, but it didn't really make me happy because I was so shy, and I was like, I was just doing that blog because I was too afraid to doing videos, and you know, was never good at writing things down. I was better to just like say it aloud. And yeah, so then just time passed. What I nearly forgot with in that time, I did always pick up a camera, like always had like a small digital camera who was also able to film, or I also had like a webcam back then. I don't know why I had a webcam in 2008, but I did for my computer. And I filmed myself. I filmed myself dyeing my hair with like really weird ombre things, and I, you know, also filmed myself like planting and gardening and all of those things, but I was always too afraid to upload it. I'm really happy at this point that I didn't upload it because it's so cringe, and I was like, it's horrible. I still have those videos. And it's just so fun to see. I even made a video. Oh my god, that's so funny. Maybe if I find a snippet, I'm gonna put it there. But I did make a video about me straightening my hair. And the thing is, like, at the end of it, like, oh my god, look at how straight my hair is. It's horrible. My hair isn't even straightened. But yeah, that's what I did. And then some time passed, and then it was 2012. And I actually got the opportunity to move to the States. So I moved to the States. I moved to California first, and then later on I moved to New York. And I did buy a camera for that, because at that time also, you know, a lot of people shared their stories online about like moving and everything that comes with it. And I was like, okay, maybe I'm gonna do that. Maybe I'm gonna like share my life from the States and what I did there and my job and, you know, all those kind of things. And the thing is, I did film things. I continued to do my blog, by the way. It had like 18 relaunches by then with different names and different things. Can't even remember every name of that. But, you know, I still did it, but I was always too shy, so I never shared anything. I never, ever, ever shared what I did. And, you know, it took me like super long. Back then in 2012, I was 18 years old, and, you know, I was kind of like still finding myself and exploring what I want to do with my life, but I always picked up the camera, but obviously never in front of people, because then I wouldn't need to explain what I'm doing. So yeah, I just always did that and thought maybe yes, it's my time to upload it on YouTube, but I didn't do it. I just didn't do it. And then in 2014, I moved back. And then I went to a trip to Istanbul in Turkey with a friend of mine. And I was like, I'm just gonna like vlog that trip, you know, I'm just gonna make some cute videos and about our great trip, and then I'm eventually gonna upload it. And I did. I uploaded it. And nothing happened. And some people be like, oh my god, that's horrible, nothing happened. Like, yeah, obviously it's just like a couple of clicks and everything and views, but for me it was like, oh my god, my world is not gonna break down if I upload a video. It was horrible quality, like horrible. But yeah, I don't know. Then I didn't know what to film, and you know, then I started university and everything was going on and so many things happened. But then I went on another trip with another friend. I filmed it again, uploaded it. Kind of the same thing, but I never really stuck to it, because I think it was just too much at that point in my life, you know, with the university. And on the same side, my blog that I had was gaining like more popularity because more people at university knew it, and I was really, really judged for that. And you know, people were making like super mean comments, and I would even say that I, you know, got bullied for that within my own like classes and everything. And I think at that point I was already very like secure of myself, but still, you know, it bothered me if there were like people sitting next to me and be like, oh my god, that's so embarrassing what you're doing. At the end of the day, I always thought maybe they're just all jealous of what I'm doing. That's just my way of kind of like rewiring that for me, where I could live with it a little bit better. But yeah, it was just something that made me more afraid to really share. And it was a time where I wasn't as afraid of sharing it, because I had my Instagram, and I actually like had like photo shoots in the town where, you know, I was studying, and I didn't even care if people saw me, and I didn't care about like sitting there with my laptop and uploading it and, you know, typing my blog articles during class and everything. I didn't mind it. I loved doing it. I really, really loved doing it. And because I was studying journalism, I thought maybe that's gonna help me, you know, and that's how I always saw it. I thought, okay, this is gonna help me in my career. And at the end of the day, it did. You know, I wouldn't be here where I'm with my corporate career if it wouldn't have been for my blog. You know, it's just something that really, really gave me also the confidence and a lot of my skills. I wouldn't do the job that I'm doing now without those skills. So that was good. But I was still afraid to do YouTube. I, in my university, started then to do more like more YouTube-esque videos besides the travel vlogs. So I had some hauls, and I did some like this or that tags. Was really cool at the time. And kind of like, what else did I do? Yeah, stuff like that. But it was never that it truly felt good, you know. That's why I never stuck with it. That's why I never had really a routine. And I felt always like disappointed, and you know, like it didn't keep up with my perfectionism. And then, you know, after university, where, you know, I got my job and did everything, life was so fast paced for me in my corporate career. I was just going like, it felt like 300 miles per hour. It was so fast in a couple of years, and then the pandemic hit, and you know, for a lot of people time was slowing down, but for me it wasn't. Like my corporate career was actually like lifting up in that time, and I was doing so much. But after then, I think it was like, what was it, four years of going like really fast, speed lane, corporate career style. Oh my god, it was such a crazy time. I loved it. I really loved it. I'm so proud of my career, and I'm usually not proud of many things, but I'm so proud of that, and I love my job so much. But then in like 2022, after the pandemic, I had a really, really bad time. You know, everything was slowing down for me at that point, and so many changes were happening, and I kind of like really went in a bad kind of like mental state. And I was questioning so many things about my life and where I want to be and what I want to do. And oh my god, it was, I think some people around their 40s would call it a midlife crisis. I had it with like 27, 28. Just great. So yeah, I really didn't know how my life will look like in 5 years. And then I was like, I have this really, really secure job now. I have this great career. I'm now a head of SEO for a media publishing company, and I'm a really good point. Why not do something that I really, really want to do? And I was always too afraid, and I was so afraid that it's gonna be like a blocker in so many things. But I had that career, you know, I have it. I was like, okay, that's not something that's gonna fall apart just because I, you know, do videos. And then I was like, I really, really want to do this, and I really want to try just once in my life, if that is not something that I really want to do, you know, because I was always standing in my own way, and I was always too shy, and I was always too worried about what people would think, and I was always too worried what consequences it would have. I never looked at the positive side of it. And then I was like, okay, just F it, and I'm gonna try. I'm really gonna try. And then I had, I think, 5 months, nearly 5 months, not really, October, November, no, it was September, October, November, December, so 4.5 months where I planned everything. So, you know, I made videos, I edited them, I made a plan, and then in January of 2023, I published my first video. It was actually a travel vlog, which was kind of fun because it was kind of like an ode to my old days of YouTube. And then after 14 years of doing it a little bit and struggling and standing in my own way, I published a video I was really proud of, and to this day I really, really love this video. And from then, every week, I think nearly every week, I posted every week a new video, and I didn't stop. I just didn't. I loved it. I loved it so, so much. And I'm so happy that I started with that commitment, and you know, everything was worked out. I got like feedback, and you know, it was great. And I still have my career. I'm still happy with it, but I do have this hobby that really, 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 brings me happiness in so many ways. Sitting here and, sharing my story and sharing my tips and sharing my life. And I just, as I said in the beginning, it makes me so happy if, people comment that, this helped them or that this made them happy or anything like that. It's just that community factor is so, so important. And I really love that we have in our like globalized world, we have this opportunity. So what I want to say with the question of, am I going to quit, that I really had in January and even in February? No, I'm not gonna quit just because I love doing it. And it doesn't matter if it's like 3 people watching or 3 million people watching for me. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, I'm so proud that I like stick to it and that I, after 15 years, really found my place in that YouTube world. And if there's like one thing you can take from this video, if you're at that point right now, and it doesn't matter if it's like YouTube or any other hobby or anything in your life, at the end of the day, there's just one person you need to make happy, and that is yourself. So think about what truly makes you happy and then pursue that, no matter if it's your career, if it's a hobby, if it's whatever. We only have this one life, and as cliche and cringe it might sound, use it and do whatever, and everything else falls into place. Obviously, it doesn't mean that you have to make everyone around you unhappy and that you can like treat people badly. This is not what I'm saying. But you yourself, you have to be happy with what you're doing, no matter what. And so if you're at this point, let's just pin it down to YouTube. If you're at this point, you have less than 500 subscribers and you really don't know what you're doing and you're uploading great videos, if you love it, just continue. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not quitting, because, even if I can't have a video up every week just because of my actual career and everything else I'm doing, that's okay. Don't put too much pressure on yourself, but just enjoy what you're doing. So long story short, it has been a journey, and I'm so happy that this is not the end of it. And yeah, this is my YouTube journey so far. I don't know where we'll be in a year, but we'll find out, hopefully together. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And yeah, thank you. I wish you a great rest of your day wherever you are in the world, and see you soon.